Hi, my name is Anthony Figueroa, and I'm a rising senior at Middlebury College studying environmental and architectural studies. This summer, I worked on a project along with Megan Hoskins, David Kulmer, Shelley McKee, and Emily Haygood to construct an inventory and provide recommendations of Scope 3 greenhouse gas emissions for Penn State University. In the past few years, many companies and organizations began to record greenhouse gas emissions, but more importantly, they started to pursue reduction strategies. However, many organizations that started recording emissions often overlook Scope 3, otherwise known as value chain emissions. These emissions are different than Scope 1 or 2. Scope 1 are the emissions from sources that an organization directly controls, such as company facilities or vehicles. On the other hand, Scope 2 is what is purchased, such as electricity, steam, heating, and cooling that organizations use on site. And Scope 3 emissions are the result of activities from assets not owned or controlled by the reporting industry. Scope 3 can vary from purchased goods and services, business travel, and leased assets. However, the difficulty when discussing Scope 3 is gathering information and calculating the scope of the emissions. So what does this mean? This means that there aren't many institutions tracking Scope 3 emissions. But since Scope 3 often results in most of a company's emissions, cutting these emissions down can significantly impact our global climate. To start Penn State University on the path of emission reduction, our focus was to investigate the different 15 categories of Scope 3 and document our findings. Talking to different departments, we were able to collect information on some Scope 3 categories and develop recommendations that Penn State University can implement as part of their tasks to reduce emissions.